Lynx could have drafted Angel Reese. Here's why they didn't. Caitlin Clark's visit to Target Center on Sunday reminds us of college basketball's great rivalry. Aitlin Clark returns to Target Center on Sunday as the biggest name in women's team sports to face the league's most surprising contender, the Lynx. That's enough to make this a fascinating game. It could have been even better. This game could have featured rising star and second-time Olympian Napheesa Collier as she builds an MVP resume. And it could have featured the two best rookies in the WNBA, a pair with a combative history. In the USA Today's latest WNBA rookie power rankings, Clark is no one. Right behind her in those rankings, and at the top of ESPN's rankings, is Chicago's Angel Reese, whom the Lynx could have drafted, and whom the Lynx could probably use right about now. Despite a slow start and should have been expected growing pains, while playing for a franchise bad enough to have landed consecutive No.1 picks, Clark has been thriving. Reese, while not the offensive creator that Clark is, has been dominating in her own way, setting a league record for most consecutive double-doubles. So why won't Reese be continuing her long-running rivalry with Clark on Sunday? Mainly because of aerial powers. To be clear, this is closer to informed speculation than fact. The Lynx have never publicly criticized Powers or Reese, and they never will. But there is an obvious reason why the Lynx traded from 7th overall in the draft to 8th and allowed Chicago to draft Reese. 3 years ago, the Lynx, trying to remain a contender but unable to sign superstar free agents, brought in their most extensive free agent class to that point, signing Kayla McBride, Powers, and Natalie Akomba. McBride was a strong all-around player with a quick-release jumper. Powers was a key player for the Washington Mystics when they won their 2019 WNBA title. Akomba was considered quality depth behind aging star center Sylvia Fowles. McBride will be in this year's All-Star game. Powers was considered uncoachable and barely got off the bench last year. Akomba accomplished little. Powers was talented enough to help the Lynx, but didn't seem to respond to Cheryl Reeve's brand of intense coaching. Reese, like Powers, is talented but emotional. So instead of staying at No.7 and taking Reese, the Lynx traded down a spot and took Alyssa Pilley. The Lynx's ability to overachieve and to win even with Collier out of the lineup is proof Reeve knows how to build a cohesive roster. She has only one true star in Collier and has surrounded her with players who complement her, including free agents Courtney Williams and Alana Smith. In terms of sheer production, we can't pretend that Reese and Pulley are similar. Entering the weekend, Reese was averaging 13.8 points and 11.8 rebounds per game. She leads the lead in rebounding, outpacing even future Hall of Famers like Aja Wilson and Brianna Stewart. Pilley was averaging 2.5 points and 1.1 rebounds while playing little outside of garbage time. In college, Reese was the superior player statistically, with Pilley having a slight edge in shooting percentage. Reese is an intense defender. Pulley, a prolific scorer in college, will have to improve her defense to get more playing time. Instead, we'll get to see Clark on the same floor where she starred during consecutive Big Ten women's basketball tournaments, and on a floor familiar to two other all-time great Midwestern point guards, Lindsay Whalen and Paige Bueckers. Clark's arrival has been ideal for the WNBA. She ranks 14th in scoring and 2nd in assists. Her star power has increased attendance and viewership. Her occasional struggles have proved just how talented the league was before she arrived. Sunday, the Lynx will try to continue proving that their cohesiveness can produce victories even with Collier out, and Clark will do what she always does in Minneapolis, bring busloads of Iowegians across the border. And if the Lynx had Reese, she would be starting in Collier's place right now, which would mean that on Sunday, she would have been facing her old rival Clark.